But over there,
in name, a beautiful game. Without fear, it becomes clearly evident. Beneath the rocks, behind the skilled match, is not just football faith has flourished. The gods of football rule everywhere. Fear is overcome by hope. Faith is a source of pride. The old, graves. For the modern, padlocks. His faith is an ocean. His language is history. The gods of football rule everywhere. Fear is overcome by hope. And culture is a source of pride. On the continent Africa, football is more than just a match. It is a conversation among people of the world, between ancestors and modern players, between visible skill and invisible protection. Many people often indeed call it magic. Others call it balance, but for many, it is part of the game. There are many, and the alleys of African cities. They have nurtured countless football talents. Far from the well-known leagues, on the sand, there is the sweetness of football expressed through African beliefs and cultures.
it is. Beliefs exist. They exist for 99 out of 100 players. In most cases, they believe in that thing and they've actually done it.
That issue is realism witchcraft. He was caught by a healer in Vingunguti. A tough match on the sand against Argentina, who wear blue jerseys. Cheji and Argentina too wore blue jerseys. By 8 o'clock, they told us we had already scored 2 goals. He needs fish. It was really fine, so we went to the ferry and got a whole fish. By 10 o'clock, we entered the field and the match was tied. I removed them during Argentina's penalty in the semi-finals.
All those superstitious matters are there and they depend on the team. Whether you are a player or a leader, if there are steps, I truly believe it is without. Tradition is that the team doesn't go, others even fight seriously. Advice comes from the match being played in the 90th minute and you get beaten, even you. It's just that we love to say we lost because of that. But that's just tradition. It's there, 100%, it's there.
Because if the field had enough strength, we wouldn't be unable to register. We wouldn't be unable to train enough. We would have given ourselves a big chance. So that's faith. But these are beliefs that exist. Because within the team, there are different groups. There are players, leaders, and so on. And for us, teachers, as a dedicated teacher, you do your job in the teaching area. And the leaders do their own important things. So the leaders are the ones who truly have the biggest role in doing those crucial things. But if you are solely focused on the teaching profession, the chance to truly believe in those things doesn't exist.
In analyzing this important matter, one of the players who preferred not to have his name revealed, he joins us to show us the rituals that he personally performs before their semi-final match of the league in which his team is participating. the traditional expert gave him 2 coconuts, which he was supposed to break at a crossroads. A cup inscribed with words in Arabic, whose water he was supposed to pour into the goal where they would finish the second half. And he assured them that they would certainly win the game. Many countries have become accustomed to and see these matters as normal, while others interpret them as threats or theatrics meant to liven up and spice up the game.
In the management of our team in that league where I went to play, we were then given instructions that, sir, that expert said, go and bury him in the sand. On the sandy shore, on the beautiful beach, and we carefully covered the person up to this specific height, then went to play. That particular match, when the exciting game finally ends, we shouldn't celebrate, we should run to rescue him. So these beliefs exist. Because if we had delayed, the tide was coming in and we would have lost that person. It was part of our rules. I was a player among those inside and he was chosen, so and so, you have to be the one to be buried. So after we won the match, we wanted to celebrate, but we were reminded, guys, your friend is over there. And we ran back. There's a beach I can't mention. We ran because we saw the water, then they came back and we pulled our friend out. And that's when we started celebrating the victory. But honestly, when it comes to faith, that dire experience, man, it really wasn't a good thing. Because just imagine, if we had lost our friend, we would have forgotten about the victory, since we would have lost a teammate over a 2-goat bet.
Man, when it comes to the things I've experienced, I can say there have been so many incidents. For example, being given charms or maybe being handed pieces of paper with things written on them. Sometimes you might accept it and it smells like a colony, like you're being told to explain where you live, and you put it under your shoe. Honestly, that kind of thing is really bad, but you just have to accept it, because for some, it becomes like your glove down, you put it inside, and that thing is there on their side. For the goalkeepers, it's on this side. Those things are there. Like if it's a stick, we get annoyed, but it's not really a stick. The thing is, any ball that's kicked won't leave your territory. And any ball that comes, you support it with that hand. Basically, it absolutely can't go into the goal or even into the net at all. So things like that are really very many.
Those are the kinds of issues people talk about. And we all learn about them together. I've encountered it more than once, because the first incident happened when I was playing for Yombe United. In the second division, it was a game where we had to win in order to advance to the next stage, what they call the playoffs. And if we won, we'd move up to the first division. The game was scheduled for Martin to play against a team called BM Security, who are based in the Buza Changula area. I remember in that match, we got a 2-0 win. But the match was really tough, especially before the game. First, the officials came and brought me something. They told me there were certain things I had to do and others I had to wear, which were charms, so that I could put them on. And they said it would help me on the field, even if just a little bit. It's quite true that I was very young, because at that particular time when I joined the team, I was in Form 2, specifically in 2019. So I was indeed really young. Honestly, in my own mind, I was just going along with it, thinking, what exactly is this really? But in my mind, I clearly said, okay, with my faith, it truly helped me. I remember that specific match I played, and it's true, it did genuinely help me. We got a 2-0 win, because I believed it had truly helped me, especially after something significant happened that made me say, it wasn't my own ability. Maybe it was something I was given that helped me. Because if I tell you, you might believe it, because I remember there was a powerful shot from the wing, and these big strikers, when I believed and placed that little thing, even though the strikers were really strong, you wouldn't believe it, the ball just fizzled out on its own. I mean, the ball would just come into my hands, and when I threw it, it would just die out on its own. He said, that thing you prayed for, I still don't understand it even now.
Yes,
I distinctly remember there was a particular match we played at the Arusha station, and we played against Railway Moshi, a truly memorable game. We had to win the match, but we were given conditions that we had to use pork fat. In fact, I didn't do it because I'm a diehard Muslim. We, in that little animal, have differences in our religion. I didn't find any border. Number Polidori, I'll have to return the match at the very last minute. He led it and it ended at 94. I remember our friend got a corner, the goalkeeper saved it but cleared it poorly and they equalized. We were supposed to win that match.
You know, when you move from one team to another, you get affected by what you truly find there. I've been to many teams. Those things aren't pleasant, especially when you're the captain. You find yourself getting blamed for something, I don't even know, but you have to accept it because it's not your team. You've just been invited maybe to play in a local tournament. You just have to accept it, even if it's completely unfair. You simply must accept it as you find it, because sometimes you get unfairly blamed. Sometimes you get put in a truly tough spot. I've personally experienced so many of these challenging situations in different teams throughout my career.
I used to witness these things because I hadn't yet entered the field of study. And I believed that what the leaders were doing was right. That is, we mess things up, you go this way and that way, and when you're playing, you have to do it because it's what the leaders demand. You can't refuse because you're just a player. And you have to do it. But now, once you become a coach like I did, having studied for it, you can't involve me in such things because I already believe that what I have studied is what will bring results on the field. I'm not on that side.
It was a tough match, you know, those Argentinians who wear blue jerseys. Even in the match, Argentina wore blue jerseys. By 8 o'clock, the guest told us we had already scored 2 goals. He needed fish. It was really fine, so we went to the ferry and got a whole fish. By 10 o'clock, we entered the field and the match ended in a draw. We were going to eliminate them on penalties, Argentina, in the semi-finals.
In these exciting street tournaments held within the vibrant neighborhood, participants enthusiastically play against various formidable teams hailing from this very street and also from that adjacent street. There were approximately 4 thrilling days remaining. Heading into the match, it was a crucial game. If we won, we would advance. And they also needed to win because on the table we were above them. But if they got the victory, they would advance. Then we knew these neighborhood teams, you might train with one team in one place, but you have different teams. He came and said, in this match, we're going to beat you 3-0. I know all your names, even your mother's and father's names. And you lose 3-0 no matter what you do. People full of arrogance. But then, we decided in that match, the things we saw happen at the end of the day, we lost 5-2, which is basically the same as what? 3-0. We lost all the same. We controlled the ball. We went where we wanted. But whenever we missed, they would come and score. We get a penalty. We go for it. It hits the post, the keeper. And then when they come, they score 5-2. So basically 3-0. You see, so things were happening. You could see things happening on the pitch. And we also sat down because we had already been told and we know. So we were told to go and watch and we were told it was a real match according to them. And truly, we were beaten 3 and then we were told to leave. So at 3, we left.
It's like, as a player, there was one match we played, a final at Chatungi Field. I mean, in Temeke, we used to play in the Pendamoyo stage. We used to call ourselves Chini Yangamia. I managed that because Shini, Ajax went to celebrate. I didn't shower because it wasn't our team. We were Swahili in witchcraft. We used to bring in players who were right for the rituals. And at the end of the day, we scored 1 goal. Those others wondered why we beat them. They performed rituals and wondered why we beat them, so they had to use more force. But still, we took the cup. It was really tough, but now it has become a victory. Warning, they came, called, took a goat, ran off, and performed rituals. Yet we still scored and won. But the cup was forcibly taken. Despite my efforts against their witchcraft, it failed. We've lost much money. You should just close things down. How did it end up like this?
Their team was wearing black color jerseys. The fans boasting and antics made the game even more entertaining. Meanwhile, legs are racing as they compete for the airfield ball and trying to get it past the opposing team's goalkeeper. Until the final halftime. Their team is leading by 1-0. Halftime. The opponents are certainly not satisfied with what has just happened in this game. So they too come with their own traditional protection, while the referees and match officials remain as spectators. In the second half, the goal is equalized, thus making the match, with 1-1, the current scoreline at this moment. The game ends with a final score of 1-1. The opposing team refuses to continue with the tournament and demands to be paid their money, and withdraws completely from the league due to allegations of public witchcraft witnessed by many.
Man, when it comes to these particular issues, if you're at a certain professional level, for example, in these specific leagues, even the management itself gets involved in these important things. Like, hey, we're going for a certain purpose in order to get something specific. They do certain things just to get a win. Let's talk so we can win. But usually players also do it as a form of self-defense. There's that thing where I'm playing in the same position as someone else. Maybe your ability is a bit limited, but you use force to play, so you end up stepping on your teammates' toes, not because you hate them, but just so the coach can hear your name. But it's not like you're going to take their position and do something truly significant or impactful with it. And in these cup competitions, I don't even know. We have a league somewhere. I don't know a cow. I don't know a cup for what. I don't know. Even the management itself gets deeply and actively involved in these things, often to an excessive degree.
Yeah, there's no single player who can truly lead themselves. Perhaps you certainly can. Looking for a sheikh before going to a match, I look for the sheikh, how you look for Patrick. As a Christian, he carries you, prays for you, and you go to the match, a big match like this. Everyone has their own abilities on the field and their own things they can do. So when you approach such people, you guide them, ask them to light candles and recite prayers for you. If you're Catholic, they pray for you as well. It gives you motivation, I see, to regain the strength you need as a goalkeeper. For example, when you're in goal, maybe every ball that comes your way, you feel ready. Because there was a certain match, I'm telling you, I refused to take part in the ritual of applying pig fat when I was in goal. I mean, I could see the ball coming, but it was like, with just one shot, the ball would come towards me like any other ball. But you'll be surprised that the strength to make you jump, despite doing all the usual training, just wasn't there. The strength to leap and go after the ball, you find you just couldn't do it, as if your body didn't want to do those things. But actually, it turns out it's because of those things, or not following those rituals. If you had followed their ways, you'd have that strength and everything else you need. So if you follow their steps and also their stars, their priests pray for you and all that, you might find yourself doing well. But even during the match itself, when they hand over their personal belongings in the dressing room, you truly feel a certain motivation, like you have the strong urge to play football.
Some players, when you get to a match where you truly want to win, you absolutely have to have what everyone thoroughly washes themselves. You can't enter the team with dry eyes like a newborn baby. It's just not possible. You have to wash yourself with water. That's a must. If there are rituals to be performed at the graves, you do them. If there's forgiveness to be sought, you must do it. That's how matches are played in the sun.
Without any training. Football is all about training. It's about belief. It's like saying food without salt. You can't just crave those things and expect them to happen. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed that if you do a certain thing, you win. Because faith gives a person strength. There are people who believe that if they do something, things will go their way. And when things work out, they believe it's because of what they did. But for others, it's different. They believe that if I do this, but I haven't put in the effort, it won't work. If I haven't listened to what the coach tells us to do on the field, then whatever happens just happens. But football, first of all, you have to practice and listen to what the coach says. You have to follow, follow the coach's instructions. All those other things are extras. They're just additional things. But first, football is played on the field. Every match is played on the field. That's what's important.
Those things just help build your confidence, so that when you go out there, you're not afraid. If you lose here, if you lose there, if someone loses there, there's a good doctor if you win, a good doctor if you lose. The players are bad, but football is about what kind of training you do. You focus on training, you play good football.
Absolutely, those are the real opportunities in the field. To preserve our culture, this is how we Africans are, but it's also about training and having faith in God.
And because I would be a teacher, I can't believe in those superstitions. Because if those beliefs really had power, then we wouldn't be able to register, we wouldn't be able to train properly. I used to give a lot of weight to that belief, but those are just beliefs that exist, because within a team there are different groups. You have players, leaders, and so on. And for us teachers, as a teacher, you do your job in your teaching role, and the leaders do their own things. So it's the leaders who mostly have the opportunity to engage in those things. But when you're focused on the teaching profession, there's really no room to believe in such things. Because I believe what happens on the field is because of what we have studied. So beliefs in witchcraft will always exist because they are part of Tanzanian culture, and our leaders are Tanzanians too. So since they do it as a teacher, since you're also Tanzanian, you can't stop them from doing it in their own capacity. You will do your part as a teacher, and they will handle their other responsibilities as leaders.
These beliefs and superstitions will continue to dominate African football. There will be those who believe in training and hard work. There will be those who believe in the teachings and instructions of their coaches. There will also be those who firmly believe in the traditional beliefs and practices within the realm of football. And this indeed is African football.